This is a message for all you true New Yorkers. You think you know your city, but you don't. There's a war down in the veins of this city, folks. And there are warriors hidden in plain sight.
Chad, good morning, baby. Monday. Hope you guys are ready. Keegs, good morning, my brother.
Good morning, my brother.
Chad, how you guys feeling? And that is a Drake instrumental. Instrumental nobody thought they needed, but we did.
Who are you guys? Alright, it's on.
Chad, good morning. We're gonna get going shortly. We're gonna get going very shortly. Chad, good morning, baby. How's everyone doing? Keeks, good morning. Guys saying a fresh cut. Keeks just combed his hair, guys. It's not a fresh cut.
Yeah, I think, what was it, Monday I got the fresh cut? No, the week before. I think for Thursday, like 2 weeks ago almost.
That's just a standard look for Keeks these days.
No, I was saying to Kate, we're going to start pulling off that UK fuckboy look. That just like straight, square cut hair.
Chad, good morning. Monday, 4th of December, and I hope none of you guys were short on gold. And yeah, we're gonna get going very shortly. How was the weekend? Hope you guys had a good weekend. Slushy Cakes, good morning. Alverno, Beanie, Keenan, Benjamin, good morning. The Nation of Peach, amen. El Hercules, HW, Redak, good morning, my brother. Donnie, Paco, Sondre, Neil van der Westhuizen, good morning, my brother. Akko, good morning. Neville M, Attila, Eddie and Lovu, Lal Exotic, Wade Cave, Gus, Alton Antonio, NEI, Charles Radebe. Good morning, Chad. How are you guys feeling? New week, new opportunities. If you are here, then you should be feeling good. We're about to kick off this new week. And Keegs, how was your weekend, my brother?
That was good, actually properly relaxing for once. Just chilled out, took it easy. But as always, we are back and ready to go now this week. And yours?
I had a very easy weekend. Obviously, I was still suffering from the overconsumption of a lot of calories from Friday. But other than that, Saturday went to gym. As I told you, tweaked my back a little bit. Took Sunday off, and yeah, I was back this morning in gym. And feeling good. Chad, just let me know the music levels. I don't know if it's too loud, is it too soft? Just let me know if it's good. Let me know if the audio is good. And morning, guys. I passed my first prop firm challenge last week. Let's go. Beautiful Mike Barnes. Chad, I think let's kick it off. We're gonna get going here. Quickly gonna look at the economic calendar for this week. Obviously, big one this Friday. We've got NFP. That's gonna be a biggie this Friday. What else do we have? I just want to turn off some of the lower tier data, and then we can see a little bit more of a condensed view. Music and audio good, beautiful. Alright, this morning a little bit of some EU volatility expected with some of the ECB speakers, De Guindos, Alderson and Christine Lagarde later this afternoon at 4. Tomorrow, obviously we've got CPI out of Japan, so watch that for BOJ. RBA interest rate decision expecting to keep rates unchanged, and then we've got tomorrow as well deck of PMIs. Also ISM services PMIs out of the US tomorrow, so quite a bit of US data this week. ADP employment change on Wednesday, and looking at Thursday, quite a bit of data coming out of China, and then also GDP for the Eurozone, ECB. So I think it's going to be a very, very good week. Friday, also a big deck of data, GDP out of Japan, and then obviously Friday, the big one, Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index and NFP on Friday, expecting a strong showing, 180. And that is the week, Chad. And I'm going to kick off with the dollar index, and we're going to get going immediately. So dollar index for me, as mentioned, last week we were bearish. This week, again, I'm bearish. We have yet to close bullish on the weekly. However, from a weekly perspective, we can see this massive bottom wick, this previous area of resistance now potentially turning support. But while we trade below last week's high, I am still bearish unless anything dramatic changes. Myself and Keegan actually had a talk with the Middle Eastern tensions going on and potentially a strong NFP this Friday. Could this be the move that fucks the traders over, where everybody gets super bearish on the dollar? The dollar basically regains some of its safe haven status and actually rallies together with gold. So just think about that. Remember, the dollar is still the safe haven currency of the world, the reserve currency of the world. And in massive times of uncertainty, the dollar also acts as a safe haven. So think about that just as an alternative view to what's happening. Friday closing bearish, closing below that previous area of support. Now obviously turned resistance, already creating a bottom wick, already starting to flip bullish. And I'm going to say, while we trade below Friday's high, I am bearish for the day. So keep that in mind. We closed bearish on Friday. We talked about exactly the same thing happening as with previous weeks, where we created new lows. We pulled back, new low, pulled back. So are we going to see the same thing happening? So just keep in mind that alternative scenario of the safe haven asset. And let's quickly look at what we've got going on here. Chat, I'm just going to go to the 4 hour, and I just want to quickly get our weekly pivot going here. So already bouncing off the weekly pivot. Keegs, I think while we're on the dollar, I don't know if you're ready. Maybe also do your analysis, because I think most of what we're going to talk about this week is going to be hinged around the dollar.
Yeah,
and
I'm
gold.
ready. Like I said, guys, I actually was done. I had my charts marked up last night. After gym this morning, I got home, did my pivots, everything like that, just confirmed my analysis that I did for Sunday night. So yeah, I'm ready to go. My charts are ready.
Okay, I'm just going to So Chad, level for me to monitor 103.44, this level right here. I think this is going to be key for the day, 103.44, and then obviously next up daily pivot. So I am still leaning bearish, and over to Keeks. I'm going to give him the opportunity. Let me just check here. All right, Keeks, is your chart white now?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Oh
we made some changes.
All right. Things are changing. New haircut, new shirt, new look. Beautiful. Right, Keeks, you are live, my brother.
Right, guys. So, yeah, let me know how you guys think of the charts. I'm one of those guys. I need to change things up a little bit. Yeah, things are making some changes, so the charts change with us. But right, when we go over to the DXY on the daily, as you guys can see, I'm pretty spot on with Chris. I'm bearish still until basically we start breaking this zone. So Chris has 103.440, I've got it as 103.450 basically. But until we start doing something like this, let's just move that out the way, we can start doing something like that, we are bullish. So until, for me, I'm just seeing this as basically, we always say the Monday, Tuesday, which can be the correction or the top wick, bottom wick of the day or the week. So for me, we could just be doing something like this. If that holds, we can flash lower. But at the same time, Chris and I are talking about the fundamental side of things and what can happen. This definitely can be where a lot of people get screwed over and the dollar goes back up for a while. So we look at very, very simple. This is our first area we were looking at, that for me was basically area of attention. And why do I have that area? Is just purely the fib. So if we take the fib on the daily from the move that started the bearish move again to our lowest point over there, you can see that literally lined up on the 61 over there, basically with the top of that candle closure. So that's where we're marking that out. Now if we go over to the 4 hour, you can see how this area also holds and has been acted in the past. So all we're going to be waiting for now, if we are going to be going bearish, we want to see if we can get some 4 hour closures above here and then how we hold this. So again, even maybe another test and then continue to the top side. Obviously watching out for these highs over here will be quite important, but I am bullish on the dollar for the day until we start pushing up. And I think it is most likely that we will be pushing up all the way to the top here where the R1 and our pivots are, our daily key levels. So bullish short term, bearish long term.
Perfect. Chad, over to the indices quickly. Looking at Nikkei closing down 0.6% overnight. Hang Seng Index closing down 1%. Are we going to see some of that bearish order flow come into the European session and then later into the NYSE session? Weekly time frame, let's quickly look at US30 on its way to all-time highs. This is no, that's not our all-time high level. It is.
No, it is.
Oh my goodness.
Is the all-time.
All right, last week we were bullish. This week, again, still bullish up until we get a bearish weekly closure, something like this, a swing high formation. You cannot be bearish on this. So if you tried selling it the entire last week, good luck. But anyway, we are bullish again this week up until we get a bearish weekly closure. Where can we go on the week? Obviously now all-time highs are in sight, and I think it's going to take a lot of guys off guard. When it get to gold, I'm also going to talk about what we talked about last week. Daily time frame as well. Let's just see where some of our key levels that we can monitor. This right here for me, key level 36,340. In and between, you can see there in and between this daily support and resistance. Also, if you look all the way left with me, daily resistance right there. So that's one of the key levels to monitor. A little bit lower, we've got this key level right here, 36,000. Also support, resistance, support. So we've got our key levels here. So for today, 36,000 potential pullbacks, and then if we're really just going to continue bullish, start flipping bullish, 36,340 on deck. 4 hour time frame, I've already marked out the weekly pivots. Weekly pivot very close to that 36. Are we going to see some type of pullback back there? I don't know, but 5 minute time frame. Let's quickly look at our Asia range. Let's see where we are. Asia range, nice little Asia range already taking Asia lows. 80 is still firmly bullish. Let me just refine these zones real quick. Alright, that's our Asia range right there. Trading above the pivot, trading above the EMAs, currently bullish. So Asia lows, Chad, if you want to get into some short-term buys, see what we do. Asia lows, that's the level. Otherwise, just be careful. We could get some pullback for the first couple of days of the week, but I am bullish for the week. Nasdaq weekly time frame, let's quickly look at it. Weekly still closing bullish, even though it's got a massive bottom wick, massive top wick. This little ab roller candle, it is still bullish on the weekly. Daily time frame, however, still within that range, still neutral on the day, still stuck in this range. You can see here 3, 6, 9, basically 12 days that we've been stuck in this range. So I'm leaning towards bullish because we have now a confirmed support here, but also again multiple tests on that level. We would need to see this thing start moving to the upside. 5-minute time frame, where are we trading? Currently trading below the daily pivot, currently trading below the Asia lows, and I'm gonna say very easy today is if we get back above the daily pivot. That is your safer trade right there. Your higher risk trade is from Asia lows, and that is the view I've got. Keegs, I don't know if you want to quickly run through your US30 analysis as well with the guys.
Yeah, I can jump into that quickly.
Okay, over to Keegs. Quickly going to run through the US indices, then we're going to get to the rest of the currencies.
Okay, let's just go here on the day quickly, guys. So for me, we basically have these two areas marked out here. If we go to the weekly, it's basically based off of those. So we've got a daily key level at 36,424 and then another weekly key level at 35,983. So again, we can see the pivot down there, the weekly supply, and our res is above us. So I am bullish on the pair, but I do think we're going to have a pullback. So I'm probably looking at this weekly key level over there for now. When we go to the daily, again, because if you see these massive candles that just ran away, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish candles, and obviously they just got bigger and bigger as we picked up momentum. But when we go to the 4 hour, this was it. Now you can see this was our area of resistance, breakaway candle. So what I would love to see now is maybe today even have that bearish come back down to this area to hold and continue bullish for the rest of the week. But for me, I'm actually going to be more bearish on US30 for the day, but I am going to be paying attention to this area over here. So same thing, if we do start getting some breaks above here, we can look to continue bullish and go support from there. But that's just something I'm going to look at. It's very similar to gold. Gold, if you will get to later, has pulled back, so that makes it a bit more tradable. But when you are in zones like this and it's just been breakaways, it's hard to start getting some price action. So the fact we have traded up, we've taken Asia highs, swept the Asia lows, we could just do something like that. And as the pivot and EQ below us, we can see that pullback. And as I always say to you guys, if you're going to have a pullback, it's not going to be, and if we talk liquidity sweeps, you're not going to do half of the move. You're going to go for that retest of the breakaway. So that's why I'm purely going to either watch for sells today, and if I don't get that, I'll probably just sit out for the day.
Short Keegs. Chad, almost there. 9 minutes till the open. I know you guys are salivating to look at gold. We'll get to gold very shortly. UJ. Weekly is now firmly bearish. Remember last week, the week before that, we were neutral due to the fact that we closed bearish, but still closing bearish above. Nice little wick fill last week. Again, guys, just a little tip for you. Even if a weekly candle closes like this with a massive rejection wick, but the body is still bearish, that is still indicating the direction. So it's very likely that price will go and fill that wick. So keep that in mind. Retail sees this as a rejection, but you have yet to get a weekly candle in your direction. So wait for a weekly candle in your direction before trying to buy. That's why We were neutral to bearish. Go to the start of last week's streams and look at that. So bearish on the week. Also potential for pullbacks, but let's see. We've got this key level right here on the weekly, already taking last week's low, now starting to flip bullish. Daily time frame, let's quickly look at the daily. Daily is firmly bearish as well. Are we going to see a pullback to come and retest the structure? As mentioned previously, you can see, sorry guys, you can see how price was just creating lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So at this stage, still firmly bearish on the day. Nothing has changed. The only way we can really get bullish is if we get a daily candle closure doing something like this. Up until then, selling the pullbacks on UJ. And 5 minute time frame, let's quickly look at what we are doing on the 5. Asia lows down here. Asia highs up here. 80 is still bearish, just nipping above. So what can we expect? 147 here. I'm going to say that's the level to monitor this morning. 147. Actually going to set some alerts there. Let's see if we reject, come lower off that level, or RN round number, if you were wondering. So that is the level I'm monitoring there. GJ, very quickly, we've got 6 minutes left. Weekly time frame. Weekly now for me, I'm still bullish on the week, even though that's a bearish candle closure. If you look at it from a weekly perspective, the structure from here is still bullish. So from a weekly, from this low, we took out that most recent high. So this is still bullish. So at any stage, the secondary market structure, however deep it wants to pull back, can just create a lower high to then continue bullish. So that is why I'm still bullish on the week for GJ. Daily time frame, however, is obviously bearish. You can see here that we've had that break of structure on Friday. We've already taken Friday's low. We've already almost traded into this flat body support area, resistance support. So still bearish on the day, but however, I'm expecting that flip back to bullish either this week or next week, or I could be wrong. But even on the daily, you can see new high, low, new high, pullback. So let's see, 5 minute time frame. Let's quickly check the 5. All right, we've got Asia lows down here, still firmly intact. Asia highs are also still intact. 80 is still bearish, but again relatively sideways. It was a grind to the upside, and now it's starting to move to the downside. What levels do we have? 186. Key level for me for today is this 186. Maybe we get a hold there, and we'll see what we do there. 186. Let me just put an alert there for us. Either going to short from there, or we're going to potentially look for some pullback plays. No top wick on the daily, and just want to see where the daily top wick is going to be. All the way up here, 60 pips up. All right, keep that in mind. No daily top wick. Gold. All right, Chad. This is what everyone has been waiting for. This is the big one, and let me do this. Alright, Chatadonia. I'm going to find that clip. I think it was somewhere in this week when I talked about gold. It was either this week or the previous week. Remember I told you guys it was 2018. 2018? Yeah. 2018 and then 2019, when gold was busy breaking out of this consolidation. Everyone had this level as this massive resistance level, and once gold got through it, it literally just started running. And this entire week we talked about, from a weekly perspective, we said there's so much liquidity resting above these highs. And myself and Keegan said when it's going to break through there, it is going to be a massive liquidation move, because there's so many people trying to short these all-time highs, looking at all these previous rejections, thinking, oh, beautiful short. And this is a capitulation move. If you don't know what a capitulation move is, that is when multiple stops get triggered, multiple orders get triggered in the market. And this is a massive, massive capitulation move to the upside. So I think a lot of guys got destroyed. Weekly time frame, I am still bullish, even though we've made this massive top wick on the weekly. This is almost a $77 move to the upside, literally one foul sweep from the open. But however, there is also that chance of pulling all the way back to 2020, all the way back down here to then continue bullish, or even 2035. So keep that in mind. I'm still bullish on the week. I'm not now all of a sudden bearish, because remember, we've created a new high. And if we are going to reverse, you'll see something like this, a daily being formed, a pullback, then a spike of those highs to get new buyers into the market, and then it would reverse. But we're not expecting that as of yet. So daily time frame, still bullish. We've got our weekly pivot here at 2050. Daily has started to flip bearish now. 5 minute time frame, what do we have on the 580 is still firmly bullish, the trend. However, it's trading below the 200. So at any stage, can we continue deeper? As mentioned, 2034, 2050, 2067, these are all key levels. 2016, and you're gonna have to trade gold level by level. But what I can say is this 2050, where the weekly pivot is, I would say monitor that. Anything in between here, you could get hurt. Monitor 2050, wait to see what price does there, and take it day by day. Obviously, this was a massive move to the upside. Don't feel any FOMO. Don't try and jump into anything now. 2050, I'm going to just put it out there. 2050, wait for that. Anything in between, I think you're going to get absolutely slaughtered. But 2050 for me is a level that I'll monitor. I'm going to throw over to Keegs as well. Chad, markets are open. Ding, 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 ding. Round one, fight. Keegs, you are live, my brother.
Awesome. All right, guys. So again, I'm just going to put it out there. Chris hitting it right on the head there. 2050, that's our area for today, guys. So that's what you want to pay attention to. So when we go to the daily, there's a few things we're going to be looking out for here. So obviously we have that weekly resistance all the way back up at 2098. So first thing that tells me there is that straight off the bat possibility of the market going back there. So that's what we want to be watching for. So obviously keep in mind, we're going to have these all-time highs or previous all-time highs. We're still going to have that noted because it is quite an area on the market. So we're going to keep that one out there, because as of yet, I always say to guys, this is a test. But that for now is all wick rejection. Until we get a closure in this zone, to me, we haven't personally broken. We haven't really had a closure above those all-time highs. So that's what we want to watch out for. But now on the 4 hour, this is where it's going to start getting juicy. So obviously we see this massive wick rejection. We see this little doji candle over here. And now we're getting this massive bearish engulfing candle at this point in time. So for me personally, as I always say to guys, I want to see something like this now. A pullback to that 2050 area, and then I want to probably see another candle slowing the momentum down similar to this over here, and then a third retest to show that this is holding, and then we'll start trading it back up. So I am bullish on the day, but obviously with this we are having that pullback. So again, you can get your buys in, but it's just going to be trading that slightly back up. It's not just going to run away like that straight off the bat. When we go to the 15, this is where you'll start seeing everything start playing out nicely. So, alright, keep in mind, guys, this all happened out of session. This wasn't Asia, this was literally just market there. So, again, now, what are we talking about? Why do I have this FBR? So, you guys know if we do day count, that's what we're always going to watch out for. So, okay, if we look here straight off the bat, just going to zoom out quite a bit so you guys can see this nicely. There we go, Monday. So, this is our low of last week, which, as you guys can see, remains untested. So I'm not saying we're going back there, but we are just going to keep that on the chart for now. what we want to see is that we have Friday. So that is our high of last week. So what happened here, if we look at where this closure was, we basically broke out. So taking the highs of last week with a closure, and now we've traded all the way right back into that point. So if you guys had to draw a line here where the highs of last week was, that's over there. So today, why I have the question mark is, could this be the false break reversal? As if we get a closure underneath these highs, that marks our day one. So that means then what can we see for the rest of the week? And that's why we're having those other mark and other levels such as these all remain untwisted, even 2035. Because if this does close there for us, we can see something like this for the rest of the week. Bam, to there, to break below, to carry on down all the way down to this 2035 with a day 2 and a day 3. And then hold this area, and this will be our area we will trade back to by Friday, close to Friday, as we approach NFP and those type of moves, which can bring in that big volume for the market to do stuff like this. So that is what we're going to be looking for. Again, not saying this is just going to be one move, not that it's going to be NFP, but from Wednesday, Thursday, we can start trading back up and do a much more gradual trade upwards. So it's not something that needs to be retraced on like this. So the market can gain that ground a lot more naturally. So for me, I am looking actually for the sells today, but purely if, as I said, we hold below these highs. So if we can still close here, stay under the highs of last week and the all-time highs, then we are pretty safe. But until then, as you can see, we've traded down to get that pivot, the EQ right all the way down here. And even as Chris said, 2050, that's our area we want the market to be trading. And for a lot of guys that know fundamentally why we look at things, so obviously we have big news that came out of the dollar with regarding the rates. That was also what played a part in this spike, and also in the Middle East with the wars going on that have escalated and gold being a safe haven. So that is again where this was all priced in onto the markets. So we can see again how it tries to react. If you guys look at that, it doesn't necessarily mean DXY is correlating, but if we look at how much that moves compared to this, it is quite a big one. So we're just going to keep an eye out for that, guys. But those are from my side. While we wait for Chris, I do have an alert going off on EJ. So what was the alert? Yeah, the 4 hour highs. 159.662. 159. Yeah, so basically the 4 hour support. For me, with EJ now, guys, we have this alert. Markets are open. What I would like to see is actually us break through here, gate as a support, and trade upwards. So there, I will be looking at EJ on the day now, possibly for the pivot, the EQ, and trading towards the weekly pivot. So that will be my play probably now. That way also I think the 80 will start conversion, as we can see there. Yeah, literally starting to trade back above now. So yeah, just so you guys know, this is probably what I'll keep an eye on for now.
Alright, Chad, we've got 2 more pairs to go. GU, quickly going to run through that weekly time frame, still bullish. We're basically in this weekly zone right here. Previous resistance area, support area, turned resistance, closed above. Then straight after that, we've got another resistance zone right there. So you're going to see price trading in this weekly range right here. I'm bullish on the week. Daily time frame, what do we have on the day? Let's quickly look at it. So daily time frame breaking above there. So what I want to see is potentially this flipping back bullish again, get above 12700. Otherwise, what's going to happen is we're going to see price closing below here, and you can actually see a deeper pullback coming on. But I am still bullish on the day. Just want to change this. So bullish on the day, bullish on the week. 5-minute time frame, what do we have? We are currently trading below Asia lows, and relatively easy weekly pivot right there. Are we going to trade above? And I want to see price getting above the daily pivot, weekly pivot, and then we can start looking for some potential buys. EU, let's quickly finish this up. Weekly time frame, however, on EU, I'm bearish. That is very weird. Weekly time frame on EU for me is bearish, and I'm going to tell you why. You can see from a weekly perspective, we took out the previous weekly high. We closed below this previous area of support. Now, obviously, turning resistance. Already tested it there on the weekly. And even though I'm long-term bullish, we can see a deeper pullback, maybe all the way to the weekly S1 or even a little bit deeper to this 107.34. So, weekly bearish. Daily time frame also bearish. Why am I bearish on the daily time frame? Look at the most recent support area. Even though we've had this massive doji candle right here, it is not a bullish daily candle closure. So I'm still bearish on the day. 5-minute time frame. What do we have on the 5? We're currently trading firmly below Asia lows. 80, however, is still bullish. That is the weird thing. 80 is still bullish. Yeah. Asia lows. Yeah, I'm going to wait for price to develop here. EJ. Let's quickly look at EJ weekly time frame. Weekly, I am bearish due to the fact that we took out a previous weekly high, closed bearish. I'm bearish all the way down to 158.77. And let me just revise this to bearish. Just one thing to keep in mind, we already took last week's low, now potentially flipping bullish. Daily time frame as well, I'm still bearish, could get a pullback. This 159.76, and then we've got this daily level all the way up there. We've got a little bit of an intermediate level, 164.39, and then we've got a daily key level down here. So daily bearish. Let's quickly look at the 5. Alright, 80 still bearish. Weekly pivot is all the way up here. Are we going to see that pullback back to the weekly pivot, or are we going to start rejecting here to first go lower and then later in the week start flipping bearish? But I'm going to say Asia has this level right here, 159.75. That is the level to monitor. But Chad, Red Act, let's get this bag, baby. Appreciate it, man. Really appreciate the support, and really appreciate all of you guys joining. I think it's going to be a phenomenal week. I think a lot of volume, and yeah.
I think the next 2 weeks are definitely going to be good.
Chad, 250 likes. We're still going to do that giveaway. So 250 likes giveaway. Let me just put this in the I just pinned that 250 likes, Chad. We still want to do that giveaway.
Oh yeah, we still that one from last week.
Yeah, it's still not.
She's floating there.
But Chad, new week. If last week was bad, put it in the past. Go do your journaling. Get over it. Start focusing now on this week. Last week has got no bearing on this week. I just want to make sure that. So we are currently 7 hours behind. Okay, that's correct.
What are you trying to figure out there?
No, I'm just checking the Asia range, and I'm like from 2 o'clock till 7.
Chris, what's your bias on EJ?
EJ, I'm bearish. However, we could get a pullback back to the weekly pivot.
Okay.
So it's either going to be that case of we're going to first go lower today and then start that grind back up, or we're going to start the grind back up today already.
Okay, because then we agree, because I'm bearish as well on the weekly, but I'm bullish on the day.
Yeah, because we already broke last week's low and now it's starting to flip bullish.
Yeah, so for me, like literally the weekly pivot is like a perfect point to trade to. And like it's pretty close. Like you could trade there literally by today and then sell off the rest of the week.
Chad, last week was tough. I'm not gonna lie. Last week was tough. There was maybe 2 opportunities. I showed Keegan on Friday the EU trade I took. Remember, I was bullish on GU, and I was crying a little bit inside because I actually took the GU buys, got stopped out at break even after the news, and as soon as we left, when I got home, just want to show you guys, I took buys here after this 5-minute candle closure, got a little bit of a pullback, took the buys somewhere here, and then once we started rejecting the pivot here, and again, I didn't follow my rules. I got my 1-to-1, but I was trying to swing that end of week move, and pulled back, got stopped out at break even, and I still told Keegan, flip man, this thing created a high during London, pulled all the way back, created a low. Like I think we're gonna retarget those daily highs. And the message, you can ask Keegan, I was saying I was crying a little bit inside, and but at least I got the EU bars from the S1 on Friday. Yeah, so as soon as there's that daily key level, as soon as we broke back above this daily S1, I just took a 1-to-1. I literally 15 pips and I was out. And I was like, Friday, good. Got me back to basically break even on my challenge account. Or almost. There's my challenge account. Let me just show you the history. Last week, it's going to show me this week. Let's just go all history. There's the EU bars from Friday, but literally just a string of losses since I've started this phase 2. Loss, all managed losses. You can see it's very small in regards to the win, but yeah, last week. We started the challenge last week, Keeks, phase 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, last week was a toughie. It was a toughie. Alright, Chad, UJ, firm break above Asia highs. Keeks, your bias on UJ? Bullish. Alright. GJ bullish as well.
I think this was the way I was actually interested. No, GJ I am bullish. UJ is the funny one. Sorry, I'm bullish on the day on UJ, but on the week I'm bearish.
Yeah, same here.
Where GJ and EJ I'm bullish. Okay, so I'm just waiting for a retest of Asia highs
for
on
GJ.
But EJ looks like I'm not going to get it at this point. Let's hope we do and she doesn't run. Because literally this would be a beautiful trade. Not even the weekly. Like if you could take this from Asia highs to like the daily pivot, that'll be a beautiful trade I'll be happy with.
Yeah, that 186 held. Can we get a test of Asia highs?
What are you looking at, GJ or UJ?
I'm looking at both. EJ is closer to a key level at 159.75. Only thing is at any stage after 15 minute shuffle is
Oh, it's gone.
it's gone though. Only thing with this EJ is like these Asia lows are very clean.
Yeah, so for me, like the only reason I'm not too worried about that is so basically we at a 4-hour support level of 159,694. So the fact we are trading back above that is giving me that more confidence. I'm not too worried about Asia lows. So that's almost just been that fake out, make the low of the day, trade back above the support and trade back up.
Chris, how did you become a disciplined trader? You become disciplined after you get smacked multiple times by the markets. And when you get to the point where you're like, I cannot continue trading like this. And if you hate losing like I hate losing, then you take stock of where you are. And that is how you become disciplined. But we talked about it last week. Weirdly enough, subconsciously, some people like losing. They don't even know it. That's why they're bad at trading, because they are craving that loss, actually, to feel sorry for themselves, to send messages to other traders and be like, the markets are so tough, this and that. But they never want to take accountability and say, look, let me just go and journal my last 50 trades and see where I went wrong. So that is how you become disciplined, after getting smacked multiple times. And then you're gonna, it's the same with gym. Once you get fed up with being overweight, once you get fed up with being unfit, something triggers inside of you and you start making a change. But up until then, nothing's gonna change. If you can't take accountability for your trading and you're blaming everyone else, the markets, the market makers, the broker, this guy, that guy, this signals service is bad, but you don't go and do introspection, then you'll never become disciplined. Keegs, how did you become disciplined, my brother?
I think, like you said, just those days you get clapped. Getting clapped and being greedy. I think I realized there was that point of being consistent with smaller wins, and I was actually walking away more profitable at the end, instead of trying to do that whole get rich overnight type of thing. You blow a few accounts and then you realize, okay, it's time to chill.
Let's chill, baby.
Like I'm not in the mood for doing this anymore.
And it takes time, guys. You're gonna have to get a few smacks before you take advice from anyone. You're gonna have to go through a few market cycles. There's a lot that goes into trading. Finding the entry, finding like some type of strategy is the easy part. It is then that managing of your emotions, sitting on your hands. Last week was tough for me, guys. Honestly, just in terms of how the market ranged, how we had one-sided moves. For instance, on the yen pairs, we called the direction correctly, never got our pullback. And as myself and Keegan mentioned last week, you don't all of a sudden try and change your strategy to catch those breakaway moves. You missed it. That is as easy as that. That is a week where trades were missed. You never got your entry criteria. You don't all of a sudden throw away 3, 4, 5 years of work, and now all of a sudden you change your strategy because you saw somebody on social media catching the breakout move.
I think to add to that, Chris, like we always talk about it, like if it wasn't part of your plan, you don't have that FOMO. That's something you really get used to. Like I was saying to Chris, I can even show you guys, I was actually in gold bars on Friday night, and I closed, like I was in profit, was in drawdown, and I closed before the end of the night, purely because even if I swing trades, I will hold in a week, but I never ever hold over a weekend. So I closed the trade out, I had my profits, and I called it a day. And then this thing took off this morning, but it was never the plan to hold it, so it's one of those things.
Here's the thing, it could have gone the other side as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing of hindsight. Looking at it now in hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, if I just held. But then also Friday, while Keegan is in that position, you thinking, all right, I am in the position, we are at all-time highs. Very easily can this thing also just gap down on Monday.
Yeah.
Like, why not wait for Monday to happen, wait for my session, and then get into the trade?
Yeah, 100%.
I blame the markets last week. Perfect analysis. My trades didn't agree. Dude, there's going to be times where you followed your plan. Your plan was to buy. The market didn't go in your direction, and that's fine. You don't have to overthink it. There's not always an answer for everything. That's the one thing it took me years to realize, is that there are just going to be trades where your trade doesn't work out. You're not going to have an answer for everything. Be comfortable in the uncomfortable, in that gray zone where something is not clear. You don't necessarily know why a move happened. You don't have to try and find a reason. If there is a logical reason, great, but you don't have to go and search and change your strategy because you took 1 or 2 losses. The probability was just not in your favor for the trade to work out. That is part of the win ratio.
Yeah.
If your win stat is 60%, 4 out of 10 trades you are going to lose. That is just the statistical relevance and probability that your trade is only going to work out 6 out of 10 times. And you're comfortable with that because you can manage risk, like I did last week, where I took my shots. However, I closed most of them out either at break even. These ones that were 2k, I gave it like a 2 pip breathing room. But don't have to go and change and redesign the wheel. All right. Okay, there we're getting that pullback. UJ, let's see. DXY rejecting that daily key level. GU Kicks, you are
I'm bullish, actually.
Bullish.
I think. Let me just check. Yeah, I'm bullish.
okay. Same.
Yeah, EJ pulling back.
Yeah, if we get a decent pullback and we re-break these session highs, I might go for it.
On EJ.
Yeah.
If we even get a closure where we are now, but still above the support, I'll even take it. Because then we got the break and retest with closure above.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a decent pullback, and I'm actually looking at this key level here, Chad. This 159.76. That is what I'm looking at. Chris, I've taken a buy on gold at 2059 and my TPs. I'm on break even. What's your opinion on it? AB, my opinion is irrelevant. You must follow your trading plan. I told you that I'm looking at the weekly pivot, the 2050. Anything in between here, I'm not really interested. Why? If you go on a daily perspective, that is the daily breakout level. It makes more sense to look for buys at 2050 because that's also a much deeper pullback. So my opinion on your trade is irrelevant because it wasn't my plan to trade it from 2059. Also, the AD is still bearish, so I wouldn't have taken buys there. So that is where you should ask yourself, all right, I'm 2059. What was my plan to go break even? If your plan was to go break even at 1-to-1, then you go break even. If your plan was to go break even at a 1-to-2, that was your plan. Where do you take your profit? So you said 2070, great. What was your entry criteria? I don't know what entry criteria you took. Just one bullish candle. If that's part of your trading plan, just to wait for one bullish candle, then great. But my opinion on your trade is completely irrelevant because it's your trade. Guys, do the special words for more viewers and likes. We can't. Mr. Beast said the guys from YouTube saw what we're doing and they're watching us. Chris, I have a problem in holding profits. How can I solve it? Reason why I close early before I would old price goes and later come back to my B. It messed up my psychology. One-to-ones. CODM. One-to-ones. That's the low-hanging fruit. Start chipping away one-to-ones, and then later on, if you want to start swinging positions, you can do what Keegan does. Is if his trade hits a one-to-one, he goes break even. If it goes a 1-to-2, he moves his stop in at 1% and he rides it out like that. But first start with one-to-ones, build your psychological capital, start stringing some wins together, and then later on worry about swinging. Swinging is not easy, that's why I don't swing. And I'm married. That's the second reason I don't swing. Who wants to be bull? Chad wasn't ready for that. What trading platform do you use, Chris? I use TradingView. Morning, guys. What do you guys think about options trading? It's something I've looked into, JC. Only thing is, this is what makes me money. Options trading is definitely something to look into. But if you're not profitable in just simple price action trading and currencies, don't think you're going to be profitable in options. First become a master in one thing before trying
Chris,
to.
I'm in on EJ.
Okay, Chad, Keegan is in. I'm just going to share your screen, Keegs, so you can just show the guys. It's over to you. Just here to clock the likes. Substation burnt in the area. Day 3 of possible 7 days. Oh my goodness. Tepo, appreciate it, my brother. Tepo Molatsane. Why is Tepo not a moderator? Let me just check here. Tepo is like OG here. Tepo, just check Tepo, send me another message. I think we tried to make you a moderator quite some time ago. Well said, man. Follow own rules, 100%. It really depends on what your own one-to-one is. Yes. One-to-one is based off your risk. If you're risking 10 pips, 10 pips profit is a one-to-one. Unless gold breaks below 2030, buy zone could be anywhere, correct. Earl Hercules. Horn, Earl Hercules, 70 rands. Appreciate it, my brother. Not all euros wear capes. Sometimes they trade live. Beautiful. Beautiful. Because some... Okay. Thank you, Chris. Can we buy EuroCAD? Oh my goodness. Can we buy EuroCAD? Let's quickly look at EuroCAD. EuroCAD, can you buy it? Let's quickly do a top-down analysis for you. EuroCAD weekly time frame is bearish. Daily time frame is bearish. There you can see from a daily... Oh shit, it's on Keegan's screen. Wait, let me just flip over. EuroCAD bearish on the weekly, bearish on the daily. There you can see previous support area. Previous resistance area right here. So tricky little range we are in, but once we break below the daily low, you've got some range to move down, and then you've got some range to move up from 1470 all the way back up here for potential pullback. 5 minute time frame, let's quickly look at it. 80 is relatively flat, starting to flip bullish. So trading above Asia highs, trading above the daily pivot. Daily pivot 14700. Key level to monitor for your buys here. And then this level right here. You need to get through that. Otherwise you can get clapped and also Asia highs still untested, so monitor Asia highs and then monitor 14721. But up until then, there's nothing you can trade as of yet. If you buy now, I don't know what plan you are following, but good luck with that. All right, Chad. I'm monitoring GU here. GU. Yeah, GU. I'm gonna wait for a break above here. If we get it, I'm gonna go long from these lows. So 12670, just gonna set some alerts there. Break of structure, taking Asia lows. Asia are still intact. I'm looking for bars. Even me, Jason Log, is Keeks on EJ, brother. Keeks is in on EJ, 159.72.
What do you want to take? Where you want to take GU from?
Asia lows. Just
Asia
gonna wait
lows.
for this break of structure here, yeah. So I would love for it to reject like this and a nice little bullish candle like that. Gonna be very aggressive with the risk management. We've got the weekly pivot right there and the daily pivot a little bit higher. So gonna be very quick to get stops to break even. And in Asia, I'm just waiting for this Asia high to potentially hold and then that break of the session highs. Alright, Chad, I drank a lot of water. I've got 5 minutes left. This is what I'm waiting for. As soon as that candle closes, I'll be back for it. Don't stress. I'm going to take some potential longs on this. So 4 minutes 40, over to Keegan's screen, and Keegs, over to you. I'll see you guys now.
Cool. Yeah, guys, for me, I'm still pretty happy with this trade. We are holding the fast support and we are holding Asia highs. So for me, I'm still pretty happy with this trade. This, guys, and for those that want to know, entry criteria on this trade is a simple break and retest. That's honestly where this trade is coming from. So made our low of the day. We are bullish on the day. Our AD was flipping, or has flipped bullish when we took the trade. So yeah, as long as our support areas are holding, I'm still happy with the trade. And the fact is, it will be a beautiful entry point because we've basically got quite a bit to play with us. We are trading. Our EAs have flipped bullish. We are trading close to the 200 EA to start trading above it. And then we've got the daily pivot and the EQ above us. So even though I'm just aiming for the daily pivot, that already gives me a nice 3R trade here. So this can be a real beautiful trade if she can play out for us. But also, if you guys know, so when I do trade support and resistance, this is basically also a simple. This right here is my entry criteria 90% of the time. So we want a break, hold, a bullish engulfing, and then we want a few candles to bring momentum down, showing us that there isn't just that straight selling momentum, that there is just having the allowing that pullback for the buyers to come back in. So yeah, everything about this trade, where like I said, pure support and resistance. This is the basic bread and butters and trading support and resistance for me. So we are just chilling out, waiting for this trade to do what it needs to do. Monday is normally on fun, but we'll see what we can get here, guys. Hopefully we can start in some nice Monday blues.
Bluesy Monday.
Here's your bullish engulfing.
Alright, Chad. I must actually make a note here for myself. If your setup is there, take it. Last week, me and Keegan were absolute pussies, and I apologize if I say that. I say it very politely. But after having a tough week, all of a sudden, you become soft. And it's like, ooh, I don't like how this is ooh.
No, you
What
start
is that?
saying there's so many things you like.
Yeah,
click into your head.
the thing is, you're just scared of losing. That's literally all it is. The reason why I don't take the trade is because you've got that inherent fear that if I take it, I might lose again.
Yeah.
And you try and shy away from that feeling of losing, and all of a sudden you don't take your trades. You start becoming soft. That's why myself and Keegan had a lot of cement over the weekend, just to harden up a bit. You have to take digestive enzymes when you take the cement, but it hardens you up quite a bit. Not even Deca can make you as hard as that PPC. Saturday, can you please look at US30 for me? A while ago to the start of the stream, we went through all of the pairs. Just rewind back to the start. We did a comprehensive analysis there, my brother. The first 30 minutes of the stream was the weekly outlook, the daily outlook. So I'm just busy locking it in here for potential trades. So I don't want to get sidetracked.
Watch me choose the 1 yen pair. That goes the opposite way. UJ holding perfect support. GJ holding perfect support.
Oh, we've got that Euro news coming out at what is this playlist? What is this playlist? 1 hour chill tropical. Damn, Keek's already in, eager to earn the bag today. Oh, this man wants to get his powder wet. He's like that guy when you come on as a reserve, you want to touch the ball very quickly. So even though he played wing, he's standing there next to the scrum half taking a crash ball up into the full. It's like, Keegan, bro, you playing wing. Yeah, I just wanna get in the game.
Just want to get a quick shoulder check there.
I usually did that. If I came off the bench, literally just run into that first ruck. That first little opportunity you get, you take the ball from the scrum off and immediately in the game. Otherwise, sometimes takes you some time to get into the game. But if you touch the ball very quickly and you get into the game very quickly, what's happened with Euro JPY? Nothing has happened, my brother. It is just going down at this stage. 15 pip stop for you, Keeks.
20.
20.
Yeah. I think it was a 15. I would have already been charged by now.
Yeah, Chad, I'm just waiting for GU. A very nice setup would be if we can do something like this. Take the session lows and then flip bullish. I would very much like that. And then we can target Asia highs. Quite a bit of correction to do on this move down. So not looking to sell it at this stage. RJ McFly, I haven't seen you here, brother. Welcome. Pads, I think you are also new here, my brother. Chadadonia, 250 likes. We'll be doing that giveaway. Hope everyone is feeling good.
Sure. EJ is just like bringing the pain today.
Immediate pain.
This Monday starting me off nice and strong, yeah?
Still in there.
Yeah. But I must say, like, Euro is definitely the weaker pair. Because, like, with GU, for example, I'm bullish. EU, I'm bearish.
Yeah, like I mentioned, my only thing was that 5 minute there. That 5 minute 200 EMA. And then also the Asia lows being so clean. That's why I wanted to see that pullback and that daily key level hold, and then a break of the session highs. But the order flow is definitely bullish. This could all just be a pullback to continue higher. Please take a look on Euro USD. I will, my brother. As mentioned, I'm technically bearish on the day. We would need a bullish daily closure back inside of this daily range. So it is a little bit trickier, but we've got a bearish daily candle closure on Friday. We've got that wick fill. We had the liquidity sweep on the weekly. However, the 5 minute is still very bullish on the 80. So as soon as we get above this daily pivot and get above this daily key level here, I think this thing has got some room to the upside. I wouldn't necessarily want to take this from the Asia lows, just purely due to it closing bearish on Friday. That's why I'm looking at GU rather, because GU closed strong bullish on Friday, closing above this previous area of resistance. But also at any stage can we break the structure lower. Remember, I told you guys I've got this thesis of the dollar potentially flipping bullish this week, just purely due to the safe haven asset, and then also purely due to the fact that we have yet to really correct this move down. If you think about it, we peaked on the 1st of November. We've been going bearish for, let me just do the date range here. We've been going bearish for more than a month with relatively muted corrections. So we could see a deeper pullback into next year. And then when those rate cuts start coming in, then we could actually see the expansion moves to the downside. Still in on EJ. Yeah.
Yep, still in.
Still in. Where was your entry? Let me just mark it out here on my chart. Your entry was
59,747.
yeah, there's Keegan's trade. I think targeting this next daily key level 160.44. Are we gonna get that move? Let me just show you guys on Discord. Discord link in the description, Chad. Feel free to join. I think we're very close to 1,000 members. I think we're gonna do another giveaway at 1,000 as well. Chad, just want to get the setup on the screen. And so you guys know exactly what we are taking. It is not a case of thumb sucking. It's a pre-planned trade according to our strategy. Basically what I'm looking at is, I wouldn't necessarily say it's the top one. It is.
And I'm out on EJ.
Alright, Chad. Keegan out on EJ. Just want to go back to GU. I would more say it is just a change of character, or almost like a little bit of a market shift that we're looking at, because we've been creating lows. Let me just quickly delete this in the meantime. So you can see from these levels, break structure lower, pull back, break structure lower, pull back, and then from this lower high, failing to take out to create a new low. So if we can find support here, break back up, then we can see a deeper correction from these key levels up here. So even if you just take your fib level from those highs to these lows, anywhere to that 50 or that round number 12700 is more than enough pips for me. So if we catch it here 12700, that's a 27 pip trade. I'm more than happy to bag that on a Monday. That's if we get it. But if we just continue lower here, I'll still wait for potential flips. I'm not keen to sell this. Oh, flip. It is on my screen. Okay, GJ at the round number. Let's see. That's also the daily S1. Are we going to find support there? What is DXY doing? Yeah, that flip on DXY. We're eating EU. Thoughts on EUSD CAD? Yo, my brother. Are you talking about USD CAD. I don't know if EUSD CAD. Thanks, bro, for Euro USD. How about USD CAD? I'll check it now. Morning, G's. Just got back. What I miss? Nothing much, brother. USD CAD. Alright. We've got our alerts on GU. I'm pretty locked in on GU at this stage. Let's quickly look at USD CAD for you. USD CAD. Let's quickly look at it. Top-down analysis very quickly. Weekly time frame. Let's look at it. Weekly firmly bearish. We can see that from a weekly perspective. We are breaking structure lower. This was that previous weekly zone right there. You can see that we have now broken below that. Only thing, however, is we are coming into a weekly support area. So you could see a short-term bounce there. And if you are going to continue bearish, you want to see it close below these levels. Also, from a weekly perspective, you could pull back all the way here to come and retest this previous support area, which was quite a significant area, to then go lower. So just keep that in mind in the back of your head. But I would be bearish on the week daily time frame. Also still bearish. You can clearly see that from a daily perspective, we are just continuously breaking support zones. Breaking support, short-term support broken, now potentially a daily support being created here. But on a daily perspective, I would have been bearish, 5-minute time frame. However, we are trading above the daily pivot. We are trading above the Asia highs. So I would say for any short-term continuations, you would want to see price get below here. You would want to see something like this happening here. Once you get that, you can look short. Otherwise, you want to be looking for, I would still be looking for shorts here. AD is still firmly bearish. This is just a pullback. So you can either wait for price to get below here, or if you start creating bearish order flow here from the daily R1, I would look short, but I wouldn't necessarily look at longing this pair. It is still bearish. Alright, GU, what is GU doing? GU is fighting for its life here. GJ, alright. GJ going bearish now on the 80. EJ also going bearish on the 80. UJ also bearish on the 80. So was that the fake out? DXY. What time is that EU news? Chris Market Bull, good day. Bright Projects, good morning, my brother. Ismail Bijal and Lucky Keeks, I'm still holding. Chris, can I have a follow in Instagram? Chris, can I have a follow? Akram, why should I follow you, my brother? No, I'm just asking if you, I don't know what your profile is, but I need to follow somebody that's adding value to my life. Sorry, I don't want to sound like that guy, but the pages I follow on Instagram are pages that either help with self-development, motivation, and if you're not doing anything on Instagram or you're not providing any value, why must I follow you? Chris follows BM. Yes, that adds value. That adds vision.
What's that?
BMW pages. that creates a sense of vision. Lol, just get a follow from someone who will get famous. Chris, so from daily you skip straight to 5 on the USD CAD top down. You just did. Correct. Correct. The daily showed me enough. Remember, you need to think about it this way. If a daily candle closes bearish, it's going to take a lot of momentum for it to break a previous daily high. We've talked about this, the probability of just following daily candles for your bias. I talked about this, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. I said go and do the back test of just following the previous daily candle and see how many times you would have been right. Just following the previous daily candle while the previous daily high stays intact. How's this hourly gonna close? Bullish, alright. Alright, Chad, it's breaking that structure. Let's see if we can get a closure. I'm definitely going to wait for a pullback. It is the close of the hourly candle. I'm not opposed to taking it. I just want to pull back. So let's see. If we get the pullback, more than happy to execute. But I just want a pullback. I might even wait for... a retest of Asia lows. This is if we close above. Because remember, the new hourly is going to open up now and you're going to create a bottom wick. So let's see if we even close above that level. 5, 3. No trade for me. Let me just see what is Asia lows. Asia lows, yeah. Yeah. Barely closing above there, Chad, on my terminal, but all I'm going to wait for now is as we pull back, just going to wait for something like this and then I'll execute. $2.8 pips. Could have bought some McDonald's with that. DXY. Alright, what's EU doing? EU rejecting there. Yeah, Chad, no execution there for me. It barely closed above. If you go on your broker terminal, it's literally like a pipette. That was like, yeah, 0.3 pips. That's like not even a nipple. So I'm more than happy to wait. I'll even, if this thing just straight drives, I'll even wait for it here. I'll still take it. Because we've got a massive Asia range. We've got a huge Asia range. So there's a lot of opportunity this morning on it. So don't get FOMO. Don't get FOMO. We technically have 10 sessions left, including this one. Got 10 sessions left this week to lock it in. 156 likes, Chad. 250 likes. We're doing that giveaway. If you do find value here, be sure to like, hit that subscribe button, follow us on IG, join the Discord. I actually want to check how many people we've got in there. Maybe we just do a giveaway based on that. Discord, let's check 944 members, so almost at 1,000. Shorted gold till 2050. Alright, shorted gold. Chris, a legend. No, my brother, you a legend for being here. All of you. Everyone here joining us. What is this? Neela. Chad, this is Neil. Neil, price failed to hold round number. Correct. Price to retest Asia highs. If rejecting there, will go short. Yeah, Neela, I like it. I like it. Interesting, Chris. So H4 and H1 doesn't bother you? No. Because still, you need to remember that the H4, that 4-hour candle you see, let's say this is a bearish 4-hour candle. That 4-hour candle is comprised of, how many is it? Is 12 times 4, that is 48 5-minute candles. No, am I talking cock? No, it is, yeah, 12 5-minute candles in an hourly candle. So that 4-hour candle you see there on the lower time frame, it will look something like this. So it will technically create bullish market structure. So why am I concerned about the 4 if I've got my key levels that I want to trade from? So the 5-minute gives me a lot more price action to trade from than the hourly and the 4-hourly. And the daily key levels and the weekly key levels are more important than the 4-hour and hourly key levels. AUD, USD, please check. Let's quickly check it for you. Quick top-down analysis for you. AUD, USD currently looking bullish on the weekly. You can see here from the weekly perspective, we closed above that previous support area, now potentially resistance. I'll be bullish on the weekly. Daily time frame, same thing, bullish. You can see here clearly we closed above this previous daily resistance area, and while Friday's low remains intact, I'll be bullish on this pair. 5-minute time frame, you can clearly see the AD is firmly bullish, just currently trading below the 200. So also Asia lows still untested. There's that daily key level. I think once you can get through that level, you can start looking long, and also then your AD will start flipping bullish. Otherwise, this level right here, 66.50 key level to monitor. But bullish on the week, currently looking bearish while we stay below there. I would say I would get bullish on this again if we get back into the Asia range. AUD, USD. I already pre-liked the NYSE stream of today. Appreciate it, man. Chris, how do you determine your pivot points? Apologies if I missed. It's just an indicator, my brother. So if you go onto indicators, pivot point standard, and these are the settings for my pivot point standard that I use. You can screenshot this. Traditional pivots, time frame, auto, number of lookbacks, that's just how many sessions back it will show you pivots. I just mark my support 1 levels, all of my support levels as green, my pivot as blue, and all of my resistance pivots as red. And the weekly pivots, we basically just go to the 4-hour time frame, and the pivot you see on the 4-hour, that we regard as our weekly pivot and our weekly R1. So that you just need to mark out manually, because as you drop your time frames, your pivots change. But for our day trades, we use the 5-minute pivot. So you'll see that pivot right there, that's the 5-minute pivot, and there's that weekly pivot. So just keep that in mind. Do you ever use FIPS? Very rarely shown. Gigs or bias on Euro today is bearish.
Euro in general.
I know somebody asked the Tutal.
No, I'm actually bullish on the day but bearish on the week.
Let's quickly look at AUD JPY. That man looks nervous. Everything is in capital letters. So that man is screaming at us to look at AUD JPY. It's obviously buying it. It's obviously in bars. Weekly time frame, I would say, is still bullish. You could be retesting this previous resistance area here. Remember, we've got a rate decision tomorrow. It could be a pullback into that rate decision. Weekly, I would say, if we can hold above 97.50, it can still create a new high on the week. Daily time frame, however, is in this weird daily range. You can see this range right here. Let me just take the background off. So from these lows, we didn't take out the highs. From these highs, we haven't taken out the lows. So we are technically in a daily range. This daily range will basically expedite itself once you either break below here, or once you actually hold down here and start breaking this structure to the upside here, because that is a potential resistance area. So daily time frame, not really clear, just ranging. 5-minute time frame, what do we have? 5-minute is looking bearish, but the 80 is relatively flat. This is an ugly 80 to look at. It is churning up, but it is relatively flat. And if I look at my Asia range, we have rejected Asia lows. For those of you that know this, I consider a nice impulse move down. That first retest we usually sell. So this thing is looking bearish, my brother. And you are obviously in sells, in buys. Just say yes or no. We won't judge you. We've all been there, so don't stress. If you are in buys, just respect your stop loss. Don't add to a loser. The stop is there to protect your capital and to also confirm that your idea is wrong. Don't stay in that trade. How do you get your EQs? Keegs, I think we should, I want to throw over to Keegs' screen. We should do a setup video that we can always refer the guys back to on YouTube. Chad, I think we must do that. Like, just getting content out in general the last 3 weeks has been difficult since the Cape Town trip. But I think a setup video is long overdue. So you can go through Keegan's setup. Keegan will do a complete breakdown as to how his charts are set up, and I will do a video on a complete breakdown of how my charts are set up with all the indicators, and then we can always just refer guys back to that. I think that makes a lot more sense.
I think it will help, yeah.
Keegs, on your screen, just show them the EQ, the indicator.
Oh, the EQ.
Yeah.
Oh. That's it there, guys. Previous day range. That is it there. I know you guys always battle to find it, so I've saved the daily range or 10s here. That's the one there for the EQ, guys. Yeah, your GU trade died, eh?
Yeah, no, it collapsed. Haven't bought yet. Okay, beautiful. Up 3% on TFT. Done for today. Thanks, James. Shown. Beautiful, my brother. Take that 3% and call it a day. Thank you now already, Chris and Keeks, Vince Cornelius. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Walter Sibanda, Tuta, the one authored by Maurizio. That video will be amazing. Paco, yeah, I think we must. And then we must get that Nightbot on here as well, because then it will direct you to that video. Just optimize things a little bit. But what we've got planned for next year is going to optimize a lot of things. I don't want to talk too much because we've got some lurkers here on the stream. Guys always lurking here. What is that Keegan doing? Chris and Keegan. Let's do the same. But they say imitation is the highest form of flattery, eh? Keeks. Chad, this is actually a better setup. We could potentially get this. We could potentially get that one right there. There's that break of structure lower. That little break there. And but we would need this candle, this 4 minutes left to flip bullish and then break that structure to the upside. Otherwise, this thing can just die. But if we can get something like this, this could turn into something good. Really helpful, gents. Much appreciated. Thanks, Waden. Missed Gold's rally, man. What's your take on it? Go to the start of the stream. Surab, we did a full analysis on the week and the day. Jeff can maybe bounce off that fair value gap on Euro USD. Do you guys offer any education trading courses? David Diakowski. These live streams every day is an education course. Also, if you join the Discord link in the description of this video, there's an education section. And I think that's more than enough to get you going in the right path. Chris, Eurocat, break the level, can we buy? Alright, profitable trader. I'm not going to look at it now. I'm pretty locked into GU here. I told you what we are looking for at Eurocat, so love the music choice, G. Thanks so much, man. Let's hit the like. Alright, Chatadonia, 2 minutes 38. Let's see what she does. Maybe it's time for me to get my powder wet here on a Monday morning. GU. Alright. Chad, if you weren't awake, I think it's now time to get awake. Switch off the Netflix. Shut down the data. We are about to execute here this morning. As soon as this 5-minute candle closes above the Asia highs, and it needs to clear this zone right here, Chad. That zone right there, that little structure level there, that is the level that we need to clear. And not just by a nipple. There needs to be clean closures above. 1 minute 40. It's currently looking very good for that to happen. If we in this trade, gonna set B at weekly pivot. Yes. As soon as we hit that, because I want this thing to fly. I don't want it to mess around here, my brother. I also don't want it to fly now. Just chill, GU. Chill out for the brothers. My heart rate's a little bit elevated first. What is the entry track, Vince? EU similar setup breaking above daily pivot. One thing we're not on bars, we're not playing mute. That is
No, don't do it.
100% not playing mute. Mute will never ever be seen again in a buy scenario. Not on our watch. Alright, Chad. GU, just hold ya. 10 seconds, and I'm upping my lots this week on my personal account. I threw in some more pebbles there. No top, almost no top wick. Gonna wait for a little bit of a pullback if we get a Chad. Haven't executed. Did we get a top wick? Oh my flip. Yeah, we did. Alright, that's fine. Just gonna wait for a little bit of a bottom wick. Let's give us a tiny little bottom wick. Give us a tiny bottom wick. Not. Alright. Alright, no bottom wick. Okay. Bro, what is it with these 5 minutes just teleporting up? At least like just pull back before you run. Fuck me. Chad, I didn't enter. I'm gonna wait for a pullback. I will let you guys know as soon as I enter. Alright, Chad, I'm in. I took buys. Buys are somewhere there. 15 pip stop. 15 pip stop, and target is Asia highs. Right, let me just set my stops. 10 lots on the personal account and 5.2 on the challenge account. And take profit is Asia highs. Actually 12700. That's the low hanging fruit here. 25 pips. Yeah, 12700. Let's see if we can get 12700. to 700. All right, Chad, powder is wet. And let's see. Could get a nice little pullback here to the Asia lows. We would need to hold that. And as soon as we create some type of resistance here, I want to see us get through these levels right here. I'm just going to run to the bathroom real quick. Again, my bladder is the size of a little coconut that's still in adolescence, not yet reached puberty. I don't know if there's some exercises to get your bladder a little bit bigger, but Chad, I'll be back.
Hey.
Be a little later. Okay, there's the bathroom.
Yeah, Chad, just so you guys know, I am watching gold. Having a close eye on this little baby for the day. Keegan, you also in G, ja, took 0.5%. I must say, the thing is, G is looking nice because DXY has gone and broken back into the Asia range.
I did it.
Yeah. So if it's back, it broke below Asia high. So if this thing can have a nice flush down to Asia lows. Then I think you're on the money for GU.
Right, Chad. What is EU doing? Okay, EU is back. Yeah, EU just needs to get through here. I feel like that first trade of the week to get the heart rate nice and elevated.
Hey, that's the way.
Go 100 lots, Chris. Trust me, brother, I've been there. That is how you get anxiety. Ask me. That is how you get panic attacks. That is still a goal of mine to get back there, but to actually have the psychological capacity to trade at that level. Last year I forced it a bit to that level, where it messed up my psychology totally. Couldn't let trades play out, was very quick moving stops to break even. I think I showed you guys, I'll get the screenshots, but that 1 month just my commissions was 120,000 rand. And I just toned it back completely. And again, that was social media. Looking at what other traders were doing, and they were actually faking it. I did it with real capital. Completely different story. Completely different story trading real capital and trading demo. So I've been there, trust me, you sweat balls. Your balls are sweaty. That's where I started that fragrance. Crack the sack. Chad, as mentioned, I'm gonna go break even here. That was the plan. If we break even here, that's fine. I'm going break even on this trade. My exact entry point is 26747. I'm going break even here. It looks very likely that we will hit break even, but again, the idea was hopefully to get the trade a little bit lower, but we can reject from here. This is a weekly pivot level, and yeah, on our way to break even. Not yet. Still in. Let's see. Still in, about to hit break even. Let's see. Ooh. Sorry, Chad, I'm not lying. There's the thing. Okay, there, break even it. Break even it right there. So break even it on that trade. Just bring this across. I'll look for re-entries. Just these commissions tickle, my bro. These commissions tickle. 1,300 rands on 10 lots. Yeah, Chad, there 10 lots. That's the commissions paid. Alright, fuck me. When are we gonna get a little bit of a runner here? Alright, break even on the bars. Let's see if we create some resistance here, or if we even pull back to Asia lows. something like that, I'll give it another bang, but break even on the buys. What's the commission on 100 lot? It's like 14-15k per trade. You've been there, you did 100 lot trades. Yes, Redact, I've been there, my brother. It would be a great video if you could make a video on your hardware setup, desktop monitors. Yeah, we will. We will do that as well. Yo, I hear you, man. What? This is how you get anxiety. No, Charles, I honestly got, that's where my anxiety developed. You put so much pressure on yourself, and I promise you, trading at that level, it's not fun anymore. It becomes stressful. Trust me. Currently in a GJ short, it's playing with me. I promise you, trading those lot sizes will destroy you. But honestly, me and Keegan talked about it a while back. That one guy we showed you, I think we showed him on stream. That sometimes makes $400,000-$500,000. He's not risking $2,000 to make that, but ultimately that should be our goal. If you think about it, when you started many years ago, when I started trading one lots, that was like a big thing for me. Then trading 2 lots, then trading 5 lots, 10 lots, 25 lots, 50 lots, like you progress. But sometimes you try and progress a little bit quickly. $10 lots for me is like a very comfortable medium. Trading on my own funds, that's like very, very manageable. You don't overstress yourself on the trades. 25, 50 becomes a stretch. 100, you absolutely not. I'm not there yet. But you guys gonna see it on stream how we progress. Myself and Keegan still gonna sit down, plans for next year, but 3, 4, 5 years time, if we're not trading 100 lots comfortably, then we shouldn't still be trading. If you've been trading for 7 years and you're still trading 0.1 lots and 0.5 lots, then trading is not for you, my brother. You need to have progressed from trading cent lots to full dollar lots. I've been a trading demo with 100k to get used to seeing those larger numbers right before I get that challenge, trying to stay trading the strat and not the balance. Edgar, so for me, I've got my challenge account on the right hand side of my screen and my personal account, and literally I already know what I want to risk, so I just execute the trade, move my stops, and I look here at TradingView. I don't even watch the balance go up and down. I literally just watch price action. So when I entered that trade at one stage when it was here, I think it was up like almost 6-7k. I didn't look at the balance running there. I literally just said as soon as we hit the weekly pivot break even, went break even. So that's a very easy way to do it. The balance should technically not affect you. Keegan does exactly the same. He enters his trade, he moves his stop, and he closes the terminal, and then he looks at trading view. That's the easiest I can say you can get over that thing of lot sizes. I would cuck myself with 10 lots, not gonna lie. Soft one, but you level up. When you started off with 0.05, you didn't cuck yourself. And then when you develop and you go to 0.5, it's just that natural progression. Some guys just never get there. They always mess around with 0.1. They never progress to that stage where they're comfortable with bigger lot sizes. That's why that should be one of the things. It's like driving a Polo for years, then upgrading to an M4 but still keeping to the speed limits. Control T and 4, hide the balance. Yeah, I don't have to hide the balance. There's 250,000 Rand in the account. 270. It's just enough for the margin. Chadadonia, where's the likes at 178? Guys, I don't want to give away. Chris, is the weekly pivot integrated in the indicator? Is, brother, but as mentioned, if you drop down to a 5-minute time frame, it's not going to show you the weekly pivot level. That's why you need to mark it out manually. Because above 15 minutes, if you go to an hour, you will see that even the hourly pivot is different. The hourly pivot and the 4-hour pivot is the same. But the 5-minute pivot is not the same. That's why you need to manually mark out your weekly pivot level. Keegs, anything you're still looking at, brother?
I'm looking at gold, but it's just, I don't know. So basically I said to the guys, we have to hold these all-time highs if we were going to go bearish. So we traded, we had the daily pivots, traded up to all-time highs, but I just don't know if it's actually going to sell off from that point. So if I'm looking at DXY and what DXY is doing, gold, it's just, everything's a bit all over the place so far this morning. So I am a bit unsure at this point. I wouldn't even say unsure, maybe just a bit hesitant.
Yeah, gotta wait for some more price action to develop. The issue when I need to look at the terminal to move stops, can't help but see the dollar value. It happens, man, but you'll... Edgar, that's why I told Keegan, when I did the funding challenge, I said I'm going to do a 10k, then do a 25, then do a 50, then do a 75, then... Okay, that's not a 75, but to progress. So a lot of guys want to go to the 100k, and I understand the time thing, but why not progress? Why not start with the smallest one? Because I think like your capital outlay is maybe between 900 to 1,500 Rand, so it's relatively low capital outlay, and that is technically your risk, not the $10,000. That is not the risk for the challenge. Your risk is the capital outlay, that basically the fee you pay to do it. So tick off the 10k, get the 10k in the bag. Once the 10k is in the bag, then you've got your 10k, then progress to the 25k. What is the rush? Like, if you can become profitable, it's not like your skill is going to go away after 5 months. Then you go for the 25k, and then it's that natural progression. After the 25k, you graduate yourself to the 50k. We had this discussion with another trader that was continuously purchasing 200k challenges, failing them. And I said, dude, go back to a 10k. Just get a 10k done, and then you can go back there. But it is absolutely insanity continuously failing 200ks. What do you rate, Keegs?
Well, I think it's right. I always say to people, a lot of people don't understand, but that psychology side of it. And I always said mentally it is a thing, like trading a 10 or 20k and then go trade a 200-300k account. There is a psychology side of it, and a lot of people can't handle that. So what I usually say is take it gradually. Like you said, do a 10, then a 20, then a 50, then a 100, and then a 200. Build yourself up.
Chad, we need to get through here. I'm gonna take one more squeeze at it. I'm gonna take one more punt at it. We just need a closure above here, and then I'm gonna execute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Chad, I re-executed. Basically entered right there. It's a nip, but it's there. 15 pip stop, and I re-entered. Gonna give it another shot. DXY rejecting Asia highs. 15 pip. I'm in this, and 12700. Where's that? Let me just see. Where's 12700? 12700 is the target. Let's see if we can smash that. Let me just put in my stop loss here. Alright, 12700, giving it one more bang, and let's see if we can get it. There's the XY rejecting the daily pivot, rejecting Asia highs. So let's see. I would also love for this 5-minute candle to close above the daily pivot. I do not want to see any rejections here. What is EU doing? EU back at that daily key level. Alright. Chad, how are we going to manage this trade? These pre-market highs right here, that's where I'm going to go break even. Pre-market highs right there, I think that's almost 1 to 1, no, it's 6 pips, damn. That is where I'm going to go break even. In a losing situation, how will I be managing risk if we do something like this, where we create some type of resistance here, or even break above, create a support, and we come back below? Then I will kill the trade. And also, if we start rejecting now here, I will also potentially kill the trade. We need to stay above this level right here. Just want to show you guys here. If you look left with me on the 5-minute, this level right here. If we stay above that level, I'm still happy with the trade. Otherwise, we might need to manage risk earlier. That level right there, you can see previously a lot of reaction around that level. So if we can just hold above that level, this is fine. Otherwise, no bueno.
Yeah, the markets really, I don't know what they're doing today. You and GU again.
Yeah. You know, she's my side-o. GU. Some days I've been fixated on this pair and Keegan's like, bro, just let it go. My goal is to have lot size that get me BMW 8 M8 competition, then I can die in peace. Alright, Chad, 10 seconds left. Are we going to close above there? Where's that level that I'm looking at there? Alright, Chad, I'm literally going to see if we can get a pullback. And this next 5 minute needs to drive. Otherwise, I'm going to kill this trade. So I'm going to give it one more bang. If this 5 minute now needs to drive. Otherwise, breaks below here. And I will kill the trade. Where's that level? Let me see on my broker feed. Oh, there's it. On the broker feed, it closed right at that level.
So the thing is, DXY is like flashing.
Yeah, that's why it's
Your trade
it's
should
weird.
eventually, like, that's why I said the markets are like really weird today.
There's EU. You can see exactly the same setup we took on GU. EU making new highs on the session. So if you copy literally that and you go over to GU, exactly the same setup. The one hour ever rejecting, the other one continuing. So we'll see. I'm going to give it one more 5 minute, Chad. This 5 minute needs to do some work for the team. Otherwise, I'm cutting it. Needs to do its work now. Needs to get through this 200 period 5 minute moving average here. Needs to close above. It's got a lot to do. This 5 minute candle has got a lot of work to do. It has quite a bit to do. Get through the moving average, get through the weekly pivot, get through the daily pivot, and then I'm happy with it. Otherwise, if we can't get through here, as soon as we hit this level, Chad, I'm gonna go break even. That session high right there, as soon as we tap that, I'm break even. Just letting you know, because then we should move. This thing shouldn't hold back. Break-even point right there. Because if we hit that level, I want to see a lot of buy volume coming in. Ticks. So let's see. Break-even point right there. What is DXY doing? DXY flush for the boys. 1 minute. Chad, and if this 5 minute closes below the weekly pivot, I'm out. I'm just letting you know, irrespective of where it is. If it closes with like a rejection, like potentially like this, I'm killing the trade. Just letting you guys know, I'm killing the trade then. 50 seconds. How much faith do you have in a 5 minute candle doing work in 50 seconds? 38. $27.
I literally, and DXY is flushing, so I don't get why your trade's going down.
$10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chad out. Kill the trade. Killed it right there. Literally there, -3 pips. First trade break even, second trade -3.
I love all the it shoots back up though.
But here's the thing though, bars, our first trade was a break even -3 pips. Here's the thing though, if it was gonna continue higher, I would have wanted it to basically this candle, this 5, to break up. Reason why I gave it another go on this candle was purely due to the fact that that could be a resistance now. Retail seeing that as a double top, and this next 5 could have created a bottom wick and then flip bullish to do something like that. But again, if it's not moving, I'm not going to stay in it. -3 pips. 2.6, wait. 263. Wait, it is 3 pips. Oh. So with commissions, everything, Chad, that is 10k down on the day. 220 lotters. But the thing is, if we hit 2.7, that would have been a 50k trade. 3 of those a week and you're looking pretty good. Bro, this is the thing that irritates me. When the market goes from a range, it gives you an impulse move into a range.
Yeah.
And now what will happen most probably is it will range here for a bit and it will give you another impulse move. But I don't want to sit through that. Chad, yeah, 2 bullets. I'm basically done. Those commissions tickled me. Let's just quickly look at DXY. DXY currently below Asia highs, below the daily pivot, below that key level. US30, as mentioned, there's your test of the daily pivot. If you were taking notes earlier on, Nasdaq taking Asia lows, taking Asia highs back in the range. Interesting. UJ absolutely dying here from that 147 level, not getting that retest up there. GJ also below 186. Daily is bearish. However, I'm still bullish on the week. Gold as Keegan mentioned, there is still that probability that this could just be a pullback to at one stage come down to that 150 level. I'm gonna flip to come down here, that weekly pivot level.
Yeah, Chris, I don't want to just also rush you, but I was just meant to remind you, you have your meeting at 12 o'clock, eh?
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
GU Chad, almost probably if we trade here a little bit later during NYSE, I'll still be looking for bars. You can clearly see how the 80 is that with Jenna.
The one with Mo and everything about the UV.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Chad, I'm gonna have to shoot. I'm gonna do the outro now. We're gonna see you guys at 4 o'clock, and I really appreciate you coming today, Chad. Unfortunately, not 250 likes, but we're gonna see you guys at 4, maybe 250 likes this afternoon, and we can do that giveaway with Keeks. Keeks, any closing remarks?
Yeah, guys, I think a key thing is it is a Monday. Markets are a bit all over the place. Nothing on the table, so don't try and force anything, but we'll see if we can try catch something in New York session.
Really appreciate it. Thanks, Chad. See you guys this afternoon. Peace and love.
Let it sit.